A behavioral interview is when they ask you those rather awkward questions about your past professional experiences or your school projects if you're a recent graduate, for them to be able to predict your performance on the job. Now, why would they do this? Well, the simple answer is because this is the method that works best nowadays in high-performing companies. And the simple reason for this to be so efficient is because these companies have developed a core set of mission, vision, and core principles that they understand very well the types of people who will do well there. So remains to screen and find those people with those specific behaviors. Now, an important disambiguation here is if I tell you right now that I connect very much with your core mission and vision, that basically means nothing for a behavioral interview, right? So it's a very big difference between being agreeable to something and actually being good at those behaviors. And this is why these behavioral interviews can get slightly uncomfortable. Now, also important to understand is these behavioral interviews are actually scored. So in each question, there's a behaviorally anchored rating scale, if you want, from bad to great answers. And basically, these questions would be asked, same questions in the same order for each and every candidate. And some companies go as far as to even ask the same follow-up questions as well. Also, maybe useful to know is that each interview is supposed to take a ton of notes for them to be able to share these notes with the hiring team. And also for the telephone screening rounds, they are supposed to give you a pass or no pass immediately after, as you would expect. And for the virtual on-site interviews, also they are supposed to give you a hire or no hire recommendation after each round. So you should know how the process really works. Now, last but not least, where does this come from? In my experience, this comes from investment banking. At least that's where I heard it to be used the most in the past. But it's gradually taking over more and more markets because the level of skill of the workforce is to such a degree where behaviors seem to be extremely valuable nowadays.